3 years ago, I started to take care of fitness. I started my fitness journey. For the years before that point, I was not in good shape, and I remember this one day that made me realize how sick my lifestyle was at the time, because I suffered some of the consequences of it. I started to have more thoughts about changing after this point. So there were two main parts to this day. When I walked to school and after finishing school. At that day, I walked to school, and during that walk, it was a 15 minutes walk, nothing crazy. I was so tired. My legs were in so much pain that I needed to just stop walking, sit down for a few minutes, and because of that, I was late to class. So during that walk, I remember walking, and then for some reason, my legs were in so much fucking pain that just every step was miserable. And that's why I sat down for a few minutes, and then I started walking again. And guess what? The pain came back again. And it was fucking miserable. And I said to myself, what the fuck? Why my body is so fucked? I don't remember having this body. Just a few years ago, I was very athletic. I was doing sports. I was practicing sports. I was playing basketball on a weekly basis. I was very pissed. This was one part of the day. And the second part of it, something... So this was not fully related to my fitness at the time, at least not in my mind at the time, but it was probably because of it. And to be more accurate, because of my diet. After finishing school, I bought the 3 Cheetos. They totaled at 1500 calories. I ate all of them, and then after school I finished homework, and then I went to play on my computer. I was so sick. I just felt a massive headache. I wanted to vomit. I felt that bad, and I felt half dead. I was so tired. I had a massive energy crash. For the remaining of the day, it was like that. And I remember that, like, this feeling was not a rare one. I felt it pretty frequently. And now, in retrospect, I know for certainty why it happened. It was because of my diet. The thing was that at the time, I was fully unaware on the negative consequences of not being fit. If you can somewhat relate to what I've just said, then you need to improve your fitness, bro. The thing about fitness is that it is a game, and it is a massive aspect of health. We all play it, whether we want to play it or not. We play it, we have to play it, we are forced to play it just by being humans. And by neglecting it, there are very bad consequences. I felt them, and if you neglect it these days, then you probably feel them too. And even though I don't like to just be sitting here and talking about pain, I just wanted to make this video because I think that this video is very important to watch by most people. Most people can relate to my own experience, not to the greatest extent because, you know, I am a unique individual, but most people can relate to that experience of not being in good shape, of having a pretty hard time walking, being out of breath, not having a lot of energy throughout the days. Most people can relate to it. The average American is 25% body fat. He's pretty fat. The average, half of the people are below average in terms of fitness, and we all play this game, and that's the mindset that got me in great shape. It is not about the pleasure. It is so. There is one experience that almost all former addicts, when they go through, they stop with their addiction. You probably know what it is, and I suffered it too. It is not a good one. It is not, so it can be about feeling the pleasure of not having this addiction. It is one experience like that. Seeing the pleasure of what being in good shape in by trying once and feeling amazing afterwards. It is one way to be motivated to, like, permanently change. And I was going through this experience too, but more importantly, this, like, good feeling, it doesn't come from the universe. It comes from the comparison to not feeling that feeling. It comes from the bad, from the pain. The pain in relation to the pleasure. That's what causes us to permanently change our behavior. And that's the mindset that makes you jacked as fuck. Like, I am jacked as fuck because of it. It is, so there are people out there who have never been in, like, really bad shape. We've never experienced what it feels like, and they are currently in good shape. It is completely possible. Most people who have not suffered the consequences of being in really bad shape can get in great shape. But even though having pretty bad genetics for physical fitness is not a good thing, it can be reframed as a good thing because it has one really good use. And it is the pain. I don't like to be talking about this sort of stuff. But if you are not in that good of a shape and you are trying to work and you work on it each and every day like I used to do and you feel better than you felt before, then that's your advantage. You know what being in bad shape feels like. You know the pain, and that's the mindset that by using. So even if you have never been in bad shape, that's the mindset that you can use. You need to look at the pain of not being in shape. You need to not necessarily feel it, but it is about putting yourself in the shoes of the guy who is not in good shape and realizing that working on your physical fitness, taking care of your diet and training consistently is way better of a lifestyle than the lifestyle of not doing all of this stuff. The mindset that gets you in great shape is this. It is realizing that being in great shape is amazing. It's good for every person. I don't care who you are, being in as good of a shape as you can be in is amazing. I felt it, I know it, I did it. The pain, the sacrifices, the discipline, the going to this workout when you don't want to, it's fucking worth it. It's way better, it's way more pleasurable, it's way funner than not doing all of that stuff, than neglecting it. Fitness is a game that we all play, whether we want to admit it or not. Remember, you will play it, you play it. And by neglecting it, you suffer the consequences of neglecting it, and they are really bad. And by, on the contrary, taking care of it, you enjoy the consequences of taking care of it, and they are amazing. And that's what you need to do each time that you go to your workout before going to them. When you feel this demotivation, when you don't want to eat that meal that is healthy, when you want to binge eat or taste food that is unhealthy, remind yourself, I choose the higher form of pleasure. I don't choose pain. I choose the higher form of pleasure, and I know that by neglecting this lower form of pleasure, by going to the workout, by not being in comfort, in a state of comfort right now, by not eating the junk food right now, I will achieve a higher form of pleasure, of existence, and it will be amazing. And guess what? It will fucking be. I can guarantee you this, because that's what happened to me, right? That's my own experience. If you are very different than me, then you might be different, right? I don't really like to generalize, but in this case, I genuinely think that most, if not all people's life, all of their lives, will improve by taking care of fitness. And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. If you wanna get a course about how to get in shape, then you can check out my 7,000 fucking bucks course. No, I'm kidding. You can check out the link in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.